Well, last week was really nice because we had such a beautiful bit of sunshine. I felt really invigorated. You could come up, get some jobs done, and it was really nice. But yeah, it's all changed a bit now. So this week we've had endless showers. Every time you think you're going to come out and do something, it absolutely lashes down with rain. So I really haven't been able to get up here very much at all, but I was determined to come up and have a look, see how things are getting on. One blessing about the rain, I suppose, is I've been able to get some weeds up quite nicely. They're pulling out really easily because the ground is so wet, so at least it made one task a little bit easier. I do think one of the really nice things about doing these little video diaries though is, even though the weather has been atrocious and you don't always feel like it, it's given me a bit of motivation to come up and just do one job at least. So I'm slowly chipping away at things. It would be so easy to just hibernate, just tuck yourself away at home and not come out. So yeah, it's good for that. It's motivating me to get up and do something. And even though it's been rainy and horrible, it is still beautiful up here, which is pretty good for the soul. So yeah, I'll just get a few little jobs done, but then I'm gonna have to retreat back home because it's really not that nice out here. So one of the blessings when we get all this much rain is you do get a lovely rainbow like that one, which does kind of brighten the sky and the mood slightly. So that's gorgeous to see actually. Delilah, it's supposed to be no dig. One of the things I really wanted to grow up here is a gooseberry. So I've just got this one. Don't know how you pronounce it, but apparently it's quite sweet and you can just eat it straight off the bush, because I know they can be quite sour. So I thought what I'd do, I'm going to put this bed here. No doubt I'm going to have to dig another hole because it's obviously got a bit of a root on it. So I'm going to put some rotted manure, some compost, dig a small hole, pop it in there, and then I thought I'd keep all the fruit together because I think there's a problem with birds up here. And so what I'm going to do is later on in the year I'll put some netting just over this little area here. Next year I hope to have that whole bottom third as fruit, and I'll get a fruit cage then. But for now I'm just going to keep this little corner for my fruit. Now to keep those gooseberries company, I've popped some strawberries in. I did a bit of a supermarket sweep to see if I could find any cheap and cheerful plants, and I found these. Looks like it's just generic, no type of the type isn't on there, it just says British strawberry plants, but it's only £3.99 for 6 of them, so I thought they would do nicely. And then this is the gooseberry I bought. So again, this is another British grown one. So I shall hopefully be picking some fruit off of those midsummer. So to pop these gooseberries and strawberries in, I've filled up this bed because it was sitting empty, this one. It just had the cardboard and wood chip. So I've used a bag of manure and I've used a bag of, I found some organic peat-free compost. Now that was like I think that was like £5 for 50 litres, and it doesn't really fill the bed, it's sort of half full, so I really do need to crack on and up the composting game. So I've got a few more bits to add to the heap, but yeah, I can just see the scale of composting is going to have to be huge if you're going to try and maintain no dig and add your own every year, otherwise it's going to be so expensive. Yeah, that is very much dawning on me. I think my snapdragons in here, they're quite happy. They've been hardening off for a couple of weeks now, so I'm just leaving them open in the day, so they seem quite happy. I've got some lettuces down here, which even though they're outside, they're really leggy. And the thing is, everywhere around my house seems to be in the shade, whichever side I put it, apart from right outside the front. In this one, I've got a load more snapdragons. The ranunculus corms I put in have done really well. They've all come up. I've got a couple of Verbena bonariensis there, cuttings I took that have rooted really nicely. And we've started off some dwarf French beans, and they seem quite happy outside as well now. Chili peppers, I think that's a success. Gypsophilia, jury's out on that one. They're a bit leggy and floppy. Echinops, I think they're a success as well. A resounding fail for this one, I think. In there is allegedly cauliflower, spinach and lettuce, I think, but all I've got 3 bits of spinach, so I'm not going to call it a fail yet, but I don't hold much hope. Now, nasturtiums, they look very happy, as do the little straw flowers and some marigolds. The other thing that's quite happy with life is the basil, so at least one edible looks like it might be edible. As you can see, I'm having a lot more success with my flowers rather than my edible things, but in 10 days' time I'm going to spend the afternoon with Charles Dowding for a masterclass on raising seeds and transplanting them. So if you like the sound of that, subscribe and I'll notify you when that video pops up.